One football legend discusses his son's potential landmark game for the New England Patriots. Foxborough, Mass. As the New England Patriots prepare for their regular season finale against the New York Jets, speculation is rife about the potential retirement of longtime captain Matthew Slater. The game could mark the end of a 16-year career that included 3 Super Bowl championships for the core special teamer. Slater, a fifth-round draft pick out of UCLA in 2008, was initially known as Pro Football Hall of Famer Jackie Slater's son. Reflecting on his son's career, Jackie Slater expressed pride in Matthew's growth and success in the NFL, noting his dedication to his craft and commitment to finishing plays. With strong indications that Sunday will be Matthew's final NFL game, the atmosphere is tense at Gillette Stadium. Additionally, there's uncertainty about the future of head coach Bill Belichick, as no one in the coaching offices has a clear idea of what will happen. The Patriots' history in snow games at home is impeccable, with a 12-0 record. The team is gearing up for potential snowfall during Sunday's game, with rookies receiving snow brushes at their lockers as preparation. The return of offensive line coach Adrian Klemm, who had been dealing with health concerns, provided a boost to the team. Meanwhile, center David Andrews has been a consistent presence, playing every snap this season and earning praise for his resilience and dedication from offensive coordinator Bill O'Brien. In a classy move, the Patriots have agreed to award defensive tackle Lawrence Guy his $500,000 playing time incentive, provided he meets the criteria in Sunday's game. However, there's discontent among some players in the locker room regarding the high volume of NFL fines the team has incurred this season. As the Patriots prepare for the showdown against the Jets, they are playing Slater's favorite music at practice as a tribute to his career. This gesture reflects the team's admiration for Slater's contributions on and off the field. If the Patriots secure a victory against the Jets, it will mark their longest-ever win streak over an opponent in franchise history, breaking the tie with a 15-game streak over the Bills from 2003 to 2010. In sports news, it looks like the Philadelphia Eagles will be facing a setback as running back Swift is likely to be out for the upcoming game against the New York Giants. The Philadelphia Eagles are facing a challenge as they head into their game against the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium this Sunday. According to sources, the Eagles are unlikely to have their leading rusher available for the game. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reports that the team's running back Swift is listed as questionable due to an illness. This comes as the Eagles are vying for their second consecutive NFC East title and must secure a win against the Giants while hoping for a loss by the Dallas Cowboys. Adding to the team's roster concerns, the Eagles will also be without the services of their second leading receiver, who has been ruled out for the game due to an ankle injury. Without Swift in the lineup, it is anticipated that another running back will take on an expanded role behind. Swift, who is in his first season with the Eagles, has had a strong performance, rushing for a career-high 1,049 yards and scoring 5 touchdowns. Additionally, he has contributed 39 receptions for 214 yards and a touchdown. In sports news, a highly sought-after 2025 recruit has made their college decision. LSU has made a significant recruiting win in landing the commitment of the number 1 recruit in the 2025 class. Quarterback Demetrius Underwood from Belleville, Michigan, announced his decision on Saturday to join the Tigers, choosing LSU over offers from Alabama and Michigan. Standing at 6'4" and weighing 205 pounds, Underwood is an impressive prospect with offers from several major programs, including Alabama, Auburn, Florida, Florida State, and Georgia. Underwood cited LSU's consistent recruitment efforts since he was a sophomore and the program's rich history as influential factors in his decision. His outstanding performance at Belleville High School, where he threw for 3,165 yards and 40 touchdowns with just 2 interceptions as a junior, further solidifies his status as a top talent. The quarterback's aspirations to make it to the NFL played a significant role in his decision-making process. He emphasized the importance of advancing his skills and preparing for a successful future in professional football. Additionally, the recent success of LSU, particularly with the Heisman Trophy win, was a key point of appeal for Underwood. LSU's recruiting class for 2025 has received a considerable boost with Underwood's commitment. He joins three other ESPN 300 commitments in the class, including five-star wide receiver from Duncan, Texas, and running back, as well as linebacker. With this talented nucleus, LSU is looking to build a formidable team for the future. Tonight, we will be discussing the latest betting tips and picks for the upcoming CFP National Championship game between Michigan and Washington. The College Football Playoff National Championship game at NRG Stadium in Houston is set to feature a showdown between two top teams. As for the potential winner, opinions and prop bets vary among experts. While Washington's performance in the semifinal garnered support from some, others express caution due to increasing public backing for the team. Emphasis is typically placed on Washington's offensive strengths, specifically its strong offensive line and the abilities of their quarterback and playmakers. The team's track record as an underdog also draws attention, with a 5-0 record in the past two seasons. Despite acknowledging Michigan as the deserving favorite, some view the point spread as undervaluing Washington. The team's offensive capabilities are highlighted, with an elite quarterback, a strong offensive line, and NFL-caliber wide receivers. Expectations for scoring are high, with the favoring the over, especially if Washington can make an early impact. On the defensive side, Michigan's prowess and ability to control the game are anticipated to limit Washington's offense to some extent. Speculation also centers on individual players, such as the potential for certain receivers, like Polk, to shine. Betting tips focus on areas such as passing yards, with analyses pointing to Penix's limited opportunities to go over a stated number. A combination of factors, including Michigan's offensive strategy and possession time, strengthen the case for this bet. The Bears president shares his thoughts on the team's current status but remains tight-lipped about Eberflus. Team president and CEO Kevin Warren addressed the future of the Chicago Bears, refraining from disclosing the fate of coach Matt Eberflus and redirecting inquiries on field matters to a later date. While the team's performance has improved, with 4 wins in their last 5 games, the status of Eberflus remains uncertain. Warren also announced a significant $1 million donation to Lurie Children's Center for Cancer and Blood Disorders, a cause close to him after losing his sister to brain cancer and drawing inspiration from her final words. His personal experience as an 11-year-old patient in a children's hospital has guided his philanthropic efforts. Additionally, Warren extended birthday wishes to Bears owner Virginia McCaskey, praising the team's energy and hinting at future plans, including their draft pick and a potential new stadium site. The franchise seems to be in a positive trajectory, as highlighted by Warren's outlook on their developments both on and off the field. Next, we'll be delving into the recent developments surrounding Tony Pollard and the Cowboys' rushing attack. The Dallas Cowboys running back, Tony Pollard, is on the verge of reaching 1,000 yards in his first season as the lead running back. Despite averaging 4 yards per carry and boasting 673 yards after contact, Pollard is not entirely satisfied with his individual performance leading up to Week 18. The team's rushing game has only been averaging 111.8 yards per game, placing them 14th in the NFL. The Cowboys' offensive coordinator, Brian Schottenheimer, has expressed the team's commitment to improving their running game, acknowledging the need for refinement while having confidence in the team's capabilities. However, the Cowboys have been experiencing challenges in their running game, evident in their recent games, where they have failed to top 100 yards as a team in 3 consecutive matchups. Despite these setbacks, the upcoming game against the Washington Commanders may offer the Cowboys an opportunity to revitalize their running game. Washington's run defense ranks 25th in the NFL, having allowed significant rushing yardage in their recent games. In their previous encounter with the Commanders, the Cowboys managed to amass 100 rushing yards, with Pollard contributing significantly. The Cowboys are hopeful that they can rectify their running game issues in time for the playoffs. Pollard and the team are focused on taking it one game at a time, aiming to make a significant impact as they head into the postseason. As the Cowboys continue to assess and fine-tune their running game, they are keen on making strides to ensure a more potent and effective ground attack come playoff time. Michigan's last dance? In the midst of a wild season, the Wolverines are aiming to make a statement with an uncertain future looming. Last February at the Chrysler Center, Michigan Wolverines running back Blake Corum vowed to the fans that they would win a national championship. At the College Football Playoff Media Day, Corum reiterated that the team was singularly focused on reaching the national championship, despite the controversy that clouded their season. The Wolverines' journey to this moment was marked by a sign-stealing scandal that led to coach Jim Harbaugh's suspension for a total of 6 games. Instead of derailing the team, the adversity galvanized them and fueled their determination to win the national title. The looming question is whether Michigan, now ranked number 1, can defeat number 2 Washington in the CFP National Championship. Harbaugh's future with the team remains uncertain, with ongoing discussions about a contract extension and rumors of potential NFL interest. The program also faces NCAA investigations and the possible loss of key players, adding to the sense of uncertainty. Despite the upheaval, Michigan has stayed resolute, adopting the mantra, Michigan versus everybody, and focusing on what they can control. The team's success this season has been intrinsically linked to the scandal, but the players and coaches have remained committed to their mission. This year's Wolverine squad is senior-laden, and the national championship represents the last opportunity for many of them to achieve their ultimate goal. As they face potential changes and challenges, there is a sense of urgency to win the title for the seniors who chose to return for this moment. While Harbaugh's future with the team remains uncertain, the administration has expressed its desire for him to return as head coach. As Michigan prepares for the championship game, the focus remains firmly on winning, regardless of the off-field speculation and challenges ahead. Amid the uncertainty, the team remains resilient and united in their pursuit of the national championship. They are focused on the task at hand, driven by their determination to achieve the goal they set out to accomplish. For the players, the opportunity to vie for the national title represents the culmination of years of hard work and dedication. As they approach the championship game, Michigan is singularly focused on the task at hand, leaving no room for distractions. Despite the uncertainty surrounding the team, they are determined to seize the moment and make good on their promise to the fans, ensuring that their journey culminates in the crowning achievement of a national championship. The latest update on NFL Week 18 brings news on several key players and their injuries. Several NFL teams are dealing with key injuries heading into the final weekend of the regular season. In the AFC South, the Jacksonville Jaguars are uncertain if starting quarterback Trevor Lawrence will be able to play due to a sprained right AC joint. Meanwhile, the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback Baker Mayfield is expected to play despite rib discomfort. The Atlanta Falcons are facing uncertainty at the quarterback position, with starter Taylor Heinicke listed as questionable due to a left ankle injury. The Kansas City Chiefs will be without their leading wide receiver, Tyreek Hill, who is dealing with a hamstring injury, along with limitations at other positions due to injuries to key players. The Baltimore Ravens have made the decision to rest quarterback Lamar Jackson and other starters, while missing wide receiver Marquise Brown, who is listed as doubtful with a calf injury. The Las Vegas Raiders are waiting until game time to make a decision on running back Josh Jacobs, who is dealing with a hamstring injury. The Cincinnati Bengals are likely to be without receiver T. Higgins due to a knee injury, while the Los Angeles Chargers will miss tight end Jared Cook, who has a knee injury and has been ruled out for the season finale. The Washington Commanders will be without defensive end Montez Sweat, who has been ruled out with a knee injury, and are uncertain of the status of Terry McLaurin, who is dealing with a concussion and shoulder injury. The Chicago Bears will miss wide receiver Darnell Mooney due to a concussion, while the Detroit Lions will be without tight end TJ Hawkinson, who has been ruled out with an ankle injury. The New York Giants? First-round pick Kadarius Toney is doubtful for Sunday's game against the Washington football team due to a shoulder injury, while the Carolina Panthers are facing uncertainty with kicker Eddie Pinheiro listed as doubtful with an ankle injury. The New Orleans Saints are unsure of star running back Alvin Kamara's availability for Sunday's game due to a sprained ankle sustained last week. As the regular season draws to a close, these injuries present significant challenges for the respective teams as they aim to secure playoff spots and positioning. In the world of sports, the NFL regular season showcases some top uniform choices, including the Lions' alternate look. The final week of the 2023 NFL regular season will showcase a variety of alternate uniforms for the teams. The Los Angeles Chargers are set to don their popular powder blue jerseys, while the Las Vegas Raiders will sport their black threads. The Atlanta Falcons will feature an all-red combination with white helmets for the 7th time this season. Meanwhile, the Cincinnati Bengals are set to rock alternate uniforms with a special helmet that includes their throwback logo from the 1960s. These outfits mark the Week 18 uniforms for every NFL team. The New England Patriots are expected to wear white, red, and red in their One Last Ride uniforms. The Baltimore Ravens will showcase their black, white, and white ensembles for the final fit of the regular season. The Minnesota Vikings will don their classic black, purple, and white uniforms while playing at home. The Tennessee Titans will present their silver and navy blue outfits, and the Detroit Lions will feature their Honolulu blue and gray uniforms. The Indianapolis Colts are set to wear deep steel blue and Liberty white in a nod to their team colors. The Carolina Panthers will dazzle in powder blue. The Seattle Seahawks will sport their blue and gold outfits, while the New York Jets will don their black and white uniforms on the road. The Washington Commanders will wear their gold and red uniforms, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will sport their pewter uniforms for the regular season finale. The Miami Dolphins announced that they will be decked out in navy blue jerseys with white breeches and navy blue socks on Sunday. With a myriad of unique and eye-catching uniforms, Week 18 promises to be a visual spectacle for NFL fans across the league. And now, a look at the dynamic playmakers fueling Washington's offensive prowess. At this time last year, Washington receiver Rome Odunze's future was uncertain. Despite an outstanding junior season, he chose to stay in college rather than heading to the NFL. A key factor in his decision was the pledge of quarterback Michael Penix Jr. and 7 other contributors to return for the 2023 season. Odunze, who has always aimed to win a national championship at the University of Washington, made the decision to stay, driven by his desire to achieve this goal. The Huskies are now on the brink of fulfilling Odunze's aspirations, as they are set to play in the College Football Playoff National Championship game in Houston. The performance level of Odunze and his fellow receivers has been outstanding, especially under the guidance of new offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb. Grubb's vision for each player helped retain them, and their performance in the Allstate Sugar Bowl demonstrated that his plans have come to fruition. The trio of Odunze, Jalen Polk, and Jalen McMillan has been exceptional this season, with a combined total of 191 catches for 3,201 yards and 26 touchdowns. Odunze, in particular, has stood out with 1,553 receiving yards, ranking second in the country. His performance in the Pac-12 title game and semifinal has been significant, showing his value to the team. As Washington prepares to face Michigan, the Wolverines' formidable defense will pose a challenge. They have allowed just 10.2 points per game this season and have a strong interception record. However, Odunze and his teammates remain confident and focused on proving themselves in the upcoming championship game. The Huskies' journey to the championship game has been a testament to the determination and skill of Rome Odunze and the receiving corps, and their upcoming clash with Michigan will be a crucial test of their abilities. With the upcoming event, we will explore the significance and impact of the impending title. Houston. In anticipation of the College Football Playoff National Championship on Monday, Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh expressed the overwhelming significance of a potential victory. He highlighted the profound impact the win would have, not just on his players, but also on their families and the wider Michigan community. It would mean so much for our players, for them to know what it's like to be champions, Harbaugh mentioned during a Sunday press conference. While Harbaugh downplayed the personal implications for his own legacy, he emphasized the emotional significance for his family, expressing how the championship would bring joy to his children, parents, and siblings. That's the overwhelming thing, just that so many people would be able to enjoy that, be a part of that, he added. Despite his successful coaching career, which includes being named the NFL Coach of the Year and the AP College Football Coach of the Year, the elusive national championship remains uncharted territory for Harbaugh. Yet, he maintained a focused and upbeat outlook for the upcoming game, expressing his eagerness to watch his players give their all on the field. In the lead-up to the championship game, both Harbaugh and Washington coach Kalen DeBoer engaged in a mutual exchange of compliments for each other's programs, emphasizing respect and sportsmanship. Harbaugh also avoided speculation about his potential departure for an NFL job, choosing to redirect the conversation towards the impending game. While speculation lingers about Harbaugh's future at Michigan, DeBoer's tenure at Washington is in its nascent stage, where he has shown significant success in turning around the Huskies' performance. With a balanced approach, DeBoer underscored the importance of celebrating victories while remaining focused on the next challenge. The coach's words convey the emotional and strategic significance they attribute to the impending championship game, as both teams prepare to compete on the national stage. In a stunning victory, C.J. Stroud and the Texans secure their spot in the playoffs with a thrilling win over the Colts. The Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans, both with remarkable turnarounds this season, faced off in a pivotal game for a playoff spot. The Texans secured a hard-fought 23-19 victory over the Colts, with a fourth-down stand sealing their ticket to the playoffs. Rookie quarterback Davis Mills displayed composure and skill, leading the Texans to victory and securing their first playoff appearance since 2019. The game showcased the impressive progress made by both teams in their rebuilding efforts. Despite the defeat, the Colts demonstrated marked improvement from their 4-win season last year and positioned themselves as a team to be reckoned with in the future. Mills' performance further solidified his status as a leading contender for Offensive Rookie of the Year, as he surpassed the 4,000-yard mark and showcased his talent with a 75-yard touchdown pass on the Texans' first play. The absence of key receivers pushed Nico Collins into the spotlight, and he delivered with a standout performance, recording 9 catches for 195 yards and a crucial touchdown. While the Colts made significant strides this season, the game also exposed areas that require further attention. Their secondary depth was tested, and defensive adjustments were a point of reflection following the loss. Despite a standout rushing performance from Jonathan Taylor, the Colts were left to contemplate missed opportunities and defensive lapses. Overall, the game encapsulated the remarkable progress made by both teams, with the Texans clinching a playoff berth and the Colts signaling their potential as a force to be reckoned with in future seasons. Amid speculation and anticipation, the highly anticipated verdict on Belichick's future continues to captivate the sports world. Coach Bill Belichick and team owner Robert Kraft are expected to meet soon to discuss their futures. Sources told ESPN that a change may be on the horizon in New England, but despite speculation, the two sides have not openly addressed a potential split. The uncertainty surrounding Belichick's future has led to widespread anticipation of an impending divorce, marking the possible end of an era for the Patriots. With Belichick's status up in the air, the coaching landscape in New England remains unresolved. In Tennessee, there are organizational meetings anticipated between coach Mike Vrabel and the team's decision-makers to evaluate potential changes. Speculation persists about Vrabel's future, and the Titans' direction is likely to be determined after the upcoming meetings. Washington, under new owner Josh Harris, is expected to undergo significant changes, with an exhaustive search projected to revamp the franchise. With a potential high draft pick and the prospect of landing a top quarterback in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Commanders' head coaching position becomes increasingly alluring. In Dallas, there's a feeling that Coach Mike McCarthy's future hinges on the team's performance in the postseason. Uncertainty surrounds defensive coordinator Dan Quinn as well, as his loyalty to the organization is under scrutiny. Falcons owner Arthur Blank is contemplating significant organizational changes, weighing the team's options despite his admiration for coach Arthur Smith, while the Panthers are expected to make further changes following the dismissal of head coach Frank Reich. The Saints are projected to retain head coach Dennis Allen unless they fail to win the division, after which the organization will assess the team's future. In Las Vegas, the Raiders are considering options for their head coaching position, with owner Mark Davis facing decisions on retaining interim coach Antonio Pierce or pursuing other candidates. Concerns linger about the potential departure of GM Champ Kelly, and the team's situation remains fluid. The Chargers are conducting an extensive search for their next head coach and GM, with big names like Bill Belichick and Jim Harbaugh being considered as potential hires. Despite earlier speculation, signs suggest that Matt Eberflus will return as the Bears' head coach for another season, while in Denver, there's the potential for a decision regarding the future of GM George Paton. Finally, the Buccaneers' coaching staff may face scrutiny if the team fails to secure a win and the NFC South title, potentially leading to tough decisions about their future. As the regular season comes to a close, we're delving into potential NFL draft scenarios for various teams, including the Patriots, Giants, Jets, and non-playoff teams. Week 18 of the NFL regular season brings with it an intense race for draft positions, with notable shifts on the line. The Jacksonville Jaguars, sitting at a disappointing 2-14, gained the top pick in the upcoming draft due to their record as the league's worst team. This was made possible by a trade with the Carolina Panthers during the offseason. As teams prepare for one final game in the regular season, the landscape for the upcoming draft will soon become clearer. Here's a breakdown of the Week 18 draft scenarios, aided by ESPN Analytics. Washington Commanders. Though they hold a 76% chance of securing the coveted second pick, it will depend on the outcome of their game against the New York Giants and the New England Patriots matchup against the New York Jets. Additionally, it may come down to the strength of schedule tiebreaker. New England Patriots. The Patriots hold a 42% chance to keep the third pick. To secure this position, they would need to lose to the Jets, while the Commanders defeat the Dallas Cowboys, or lose to the Jets and rely on help from the Atlanta Falcons to secure the third pick. Arizona Cardinals. With a 36% chance to move up to the third pick, the Cardinals need to lose to the Seahawks and have either the Patriots or Commanders win. New York Giants. The Giants have a 43% chance of potentially moving up to the fourth pick if they lose to the Chicago Bears, and any of the four-win teams, Commanders, Patriots, or Cardinals, win. Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers, currently at a 43% chance, need to lose to the Las Vegas Raiders to secure a top 5 pick. Tennessee Titans. With a 36% chance of moving up to the top 5, the Titans need to lose to the Houston Texans, while hoping for wins by the Giants, Chargers, and/or Cardinals. New York Jets. The Jets, with a 23% chance, need to lose to the Patriots and hope that any of the 5-win teams, Giants, Chargers, and Titans, secure a win. As the regular season comes to a close, teams and fans alike closely monitor the outcomes of these final games, as they will have a significant impact on their draft positions. In sports news, the Steelers have managed to keep their playoff hopes alive with a crucial victory over the Ravens. The NFL best 6-game win streak of the Baltimore Ravens came to a halt after a 17-10 loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Despite this setback, the Ravens, having secured the AFC's number 1 seed and the AFC North title a week earlier, opted to rest several starters, including MVP favorite Lamar Jackson. The Steelers, needing a win to keep their playoff hopes alive, clinched a significant victory but faced the potential loss of star pass rusher T.J. Watt to injury. Watt, who had been pivotal for the Steelers throughout the season, was ruled out after an awkward landing in the third quarter. The The Steelers' playoff hopes now rest on outcomes from other games and the prognosis of Watt's injury. Despite a tough game due to challenging weather conditions, Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph managed to connect with receiver Deontay Johnson for a crucial 71-yard touchdown. Meanwhile, Steelers running back Najee Harris made history as the first Steeler to reach 1,000 rushing yards in each of his first 3 seasons. On the defensive side, the Ravens allowed the longest play they've given up this season, a 71-yard touchdown catch by Johnson. The game also saw injuries to Baltimore players, which might impact their upcoming playoff game in 2 weeks. The Ravens look ahead to hosting a divisional game at M&T Bank Stadium on either January 20th or 21st, aiming for their first playoff win since the 2020 season. Despite the loss, Ravens backup tight end Josh Oliver made his mark with a 27-yard touchdown, continuing to fill the void left by Mark Andrews. On the other hand, Baltimore running back Melvin Gordon's game was marred by a fumble, potentially impacting his standing in the team's running back rotation. The game was marked by challenging weather conditions and a lackluster offensive performance by both teams, resulting in turnovers and punts. The Ravens' sluggish offense, producing a season low in yards and points, highlighted the importance of a healthy Lamar Jackson. The Ravens, who have been without Jackson for several games, will be eager to have him back for their upcoming playoff challenge. The Ravens now face a period of evaluation and decision-making before their next game, particularly in terms of their running back rotation and addressing the injury